Right. Well, we're going to go into our next set where we have Tweek versus Dabuz. What are your guys' thoughts on this before we go into this set?
Well, there's a very interesting history between these two because, formerly from the same region at one, but now that Tweek lives in Ohio, they haven't played as much. And that goes to show that at the beginning of this game, this was actually a matchup that got played a whole lot. Back in November of 2018 and going up towards Genesis, they played 5 times, and Dabuz actually won the most recent set, but that was all the way back at Genesis. And despite that win, Tweek actually has a 4-1 set count at major tournaments against Dabuz. So this is the first time in a while that we're seeing him play.
Last thought, how do you guys feel about the Pokemon trainer coming from Tweek going this entire tournament?
I'm excited for it, but that means that's going to shake up all of our thoughts on Tweek's matchups with other players. There's a set counter between him and Mars that I'd love to talk about maybe when we get to that, if we do, if Dabuz doesn't make the magic happen here. But it's all character dependent on what we know about Tweek, so we're going to see where the Pokemon trainer stacks up. Everything has changed now.
Yeah. All right, we got game 1. Take it away, guys.
Starting on Pokemon Stadium here, too.
Starting on Squirtle as well. A lot of trainers do like the Squirtle start early on, but it's very matchup dependent. So it looks like he does want these additional movement of Squirtle to get in. Oh, I love that. These aerials, being able to slice through the item property hitboxes of Pikmin is going to be pretty big.
However, that being said, he won't be able to take down the blue Pikmin. This is one of the very, very, very few characters that the blue Pikmin having water immunity does actually matter against.
And that's actually the property aspect of the Pikmin that comes into play versus Pokemon Trainer, because you also have the red Pikmin if Tweek decides to go Charizard to contest them as well.
These Pikmin are definitely going to be taking advantage of their elemental statuses. But Tweek's going to try to make that not happen as much. Bait around, not really touching these Pikmin.
Okay, get-up attack right there, actually. Tweek kind of respecting what Dabuz can do when he does commit to a role because of that frame data that he's offering to him. But right now, he's got to respect the Pikmin that Dabuz has got out because he's got a purple. He had a yellow to have all that range, but now that that's gone, a little bit of that power is diminished.
Tweek's going for a lot of this landing fair to try to beat up Pikmin hitboxes and set up combos, but he's got to be careful because Dabuz started picking up on that, going for pivot grabs. That can be scary.
Now I like how he kept Dabuz off stage, now switching to Ivysaur instead here.
Yeah, it's a really nice timing there on the switch, actually, from Tweek, where he didn't pull out the switch at an early time, but speaking of early, he's going to be going up to slap Dabuz.
And this is the perfect percent, too, for Tweek to go Ivysaur versus Dabuz, because you saw how he kept him off stage, and knew immediately this is the perfect time for me to switch and keep him by the blast zone with that line Vine Whip.
Tweek is really good at picking his moments, too. He waited to hear the whistle before he went for that Vine Whip to ensure the KO off the top. And now, he wasn't going for any ambitious switches with the Squirtle either. He found his opportunity to go for the Ivysaur, and now Ivysaur's putting on mad damage.
7% already. You usually think of Olimar as the one that can rack up damage, but Tweek has just been so aggressive with this Ivysaur, and just pulling it out to be living at these percents, it's been doing so much work for him, even though he's stuck with the Squirtle for so long.
I mean, just as we saw with Pandarian when he was using Ivysaur more than anything, was that he was focusing more so on using fair and back air as a way to contest his opponent safely, especially since they auto-cancel.
Zard's coming out. He's going to use that flamethrower to buy himself some space on the stage. But that throw, even on Zard, that's going to be enough. Are we going to see Tweek play it out with a Squirtle or maybe go for the Ivysaur? It looks like he's a Squirtle kind of man today.
And we got the 2 purple Pikmin coming from Dabuz as well. That's going to be a lot of damage. And a possible shield breaker if he goes for the down smash on Tweek's shield.
You know what, I don't blame Tweek at all for staying with the Squirtle as long as he is, because honestly, Tweek is a mix-up master, right? Like, his playstyle is so fluid, and Squirtle is one of those characters that can really play to that. He's not bound to the conventions that Ivysaur and Charizard do. He doesn't have to play to the archetype.
Right, we definitely knew Tweek for his movement more than anything, and he's bringing it with his Squirtle.
And that recovery is slick like Crisco, man. It's hard to knock him down.
He is mixing up so well where he's landing on Dabuz. He's not getting up smashed at all.
I believe it's honestly based on his own percent between whenever he wants to switch between Pokemon. And the moment he has Dabuz off stage, you see the Pokemon switch coming out. Tossing him into the blast zone.
It's really interesting. Normally you see the Pokemon trainer switch based on the opponent's percent more than anything, but Tweek is utilizing the different weights of these characters as the big advantage.
It might be interesting to see how, at those low percents, an Ivysaur might get comboed a lot harder than a Squirtle, where Dabuz is going to lose his percents and only be able to build on, a 13, 14%. But even at these mid percents where you'd be afraid of having that purple Pikmin out or Dabuz landing a couple hits and using the blue to get a throw kill, Tweek's still sticking it out, man.
Back here is going to punish that unsafe aerial, but that's a smash attack that evens this game up. Ivysaur is coming out, and we see, again, no ambitious switches.
I mean, that is exactly why I was afraid of seeing the Squirtle stay out as long as it did, because at 80%, it just took a purple forward smash at center stage to take that stock at, what, 85, 90?
Yeah, a very early percent, because Squirtle is pretty light character in general. Those purple Pikmin mean business, but the down throw into up air coming through from Tweek, taking out Dabuz, game 1.
Sometimes, man, you're afraid of that down throw to Vine Whip, but you forget that the mix-up is there if you DI too far in, and Tweek can just go, oh, you're giving the stock to me? Okay, thank you.
And it is a mix-up, of course, because you're DIing out, you're setting up for that perfect angle on the Vine Whip, getting that tipper, but if you DI in, you don't, they can't get that Vine Whip, but they can just come in with all the spores. It's a really unconventional Pokemon trainer coming out of Tweek, but he plays with his player advantages so well to the character.
Yeah, I mean, a bunch of kill confirms off of Vine Whip and up air in general. You saw how Tweek went for that mix-up, but I honestly feel like it's very interesting to see how he's switching amongst the different Pokemon. He's using all the Pokemon to his advantage. Of course, Charizard with that forward throw into the Blast Zone was one of those that we saw on the left side of the stage there, but I honestly completely agree with the way that Tweek's playing this character. He's honestly just switching whenever he has Dabuz at a disadvantage, and he's continuously adding in that pressure with different Pokemon.
We haven't seen Dabuz really press a large combo either, so we don't know if Tweek is the kind to use that switch to get out of a combo and maybe take advantage of that scenario either.
Buzz likes to play that Olimar the more traditional way, the way that people like to think that Olimar is the best way to play. He likes to stick in his corner, he likes to wait for a lot of whiff punishes and make sure that he has the right Pikmin out. But Tweek right now, not even caring about that. That waterfall is not one option that we see the Squirtles opt for often.
Yeah, it's going to be able to find an opportunity to get down for Dabuz and reset neutral. And on Kalos, he's got a lot of room to play with.
I would be expecting to see the Squirtle, a little bit more on the stage just because he has so much room to run, right?
Yeah, he definitely does. And he also has withdrawal to use sparingly whenever he wants to close in that gap to get closer to the Dabuz there, too.
We haven't seen almost any of it from Tweek, and that might be a trainer matchup, or that may be a Pikmin matchup kind of thing, because when they're latched on, if you go for that withdrawal, you just hit them immediately.
Yeah.
Don't get to go that distance.
Right now, 70%, man. This is, again, scary times for Tweek. Even on a bigger stage like Kalos, gotta be careful that Dabuz has that purple Pikmin out. Look, he's doing those forward smashes intentionally so that he can have the purple ready to do that damage.
We're seeing Tweek sit at the exact percent where he dropped his last stock with Squirtle, 85. He's got the tag on right now.
Yeah, and he's still sticking to it, too. Not going for the switch yet. Goes to the down tilt, setting it up to a tumble here.
Dude, Tweek is so good at 50-50 situations like that. Look at him, by the way, switching to the Ivysaur, both to pick up the edge guard and to get the Pikmin off of him. But all of that set up on a tech chase where Tweek just loves to live. 50-50s and mix-ups, that's his zone.
Can't get this Pikmin off him. He does find a back throw. Going to see if he can have a setup off stage. Dabuz covers himself with the Pikmin so well.
Up smash and forward smash isn't as safe on shield anymore. Now that Olimar has been patched.
Absolutely, so there's not going to be something that Dabuz is going to be willingly throwing out nearly as much. He does have those options to take the stock, but that forward air comes through. It's a commitment, but it's one that gets the job done. The wall cling?
I kind of forgot Squirtle had one, I'm going to be honest.
Squirtle's just big chilling.
Honestly, just being really patient.
He did 31 off that grab.
Yeah, no, I like
is a grappler.
He really is a grappler, and with all that range that he has on the vines as well to get that grapple.
Still living that. No rage on that for him.
With the switch to Charizard to get away from, I think he was looking for Dabuz to do a forward smash there, but there, blue Pikmin, that means the throw's coming out, and Dabuz does find that first stock.
And again, we're seeing, even with a heavy character like Charizard on Kalos, 140 is enough to get the job done.
Dabuz actually trying to land that blue Pikmin on Tweek to see if he can force the switch out like he did last time he landed a blue Pikmin on the Squirtle. Tweek did opt to switch to the Ivysaur immediately after that happened.
I like he's trying to throw out these uppers too in case he does get latched on by the Pikmin here. There's a switch once again, as you mentioned, Kimona. See these back airs coming through to add in that extra pressure on the platform.
Oh my God, he's not letting Dabuz breathe.
No, he's not. He was calling out that jump and the Vine Whip coming through.
All of that pressure on the platform over and over wouldn't let Dabuz get down, and that down throw sealed it all.
Tweek has a pretty sizable lead right now. He does not have to be the one to make the action happen. He can make Dabuz do whatever he needs to make this comeback. But with the Squirtle out, he's going to be tough to lock down.
Going to the Ivysaur to get the down air, doesn't quite find it, but he does have that, again, the same pressure on the platform.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, the platform situation, very familiar as to what we saw from Dabuz losing his second stock right there. Ooh, the patience, actually opting to try to go for a dash grab there instead.
And Tweek actually tried to set up the exact same 50-50 that he had last time when he had that tech chase to see if he could lock down Dabuz in front of him or behind him. And once again, he opted for in front of him, so now he's got to be aware of everything.
The purple Pikmin actually clipping him for that, switching to Charizard instead.
Ooh, goes for the double jab mix-up. You know, he didn't have any Pikmin available to make that very potent, but he was able to
Oh my! When you whip the grab thinking that they're going to roll back, but instead you see Tweek just holding his ground right here, forcing to see what Dabuz is going to do first.
He hit him with a 360 grab, dude. I didn't know that we were here playing Call of Duty.
Got a no-scope sneak in your way into that grab, but that up throw is going to do it, even on a big boy like Charizard.
Again, Dabuz just needs those up throws to get the stocks. We're not seeing almost any smash attacks really being thrown from him too much. Normally that's the Olimar bread and butter.
A lot of them. Tweek's now switching out to this Ivysaur right now with Dabuz at 126. He knows that he's well past putting on damage, especially sitting on his last stock. That's where Dabuz lives, and he knows that his time is running out to make this happen, but the up smash, such a quick option.
And there we saw it for the first time, using the invincibility of that switch to get down below Dabuz. He committed to that up air above him, and that up smash is so fast.
Yeah, and it was a really good awareness from Tweek too, just recognizing that also like he could just use the invincibility to get back onto the stage, catching him because he was trying to be overly aggressive with these up airs where he was just able to sneak in with the up smash instead.
It looked like Dabuz was really trying to pick up some momentum toward the end of the last game, but at the end, Tweek, he stamped out that fire.
I gotta say, it's just so amazing to see how quickly Tweek has really learned this character inside out. He knew exactly right there that if he switches to the Charizard, that up smash will come out lightning quick and almost before a lot of people can react to, you know, that Pokemon switch happening. And of course, that's not to say that Dabuz can't react, because this is a guy that, I mean, he's won multiple championships for different games, including like Kid Icarus Uprising, a bunch of PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale tournaments. Like, this guy has been a top player in multiple games, including platform fighters. So, you know, he's got the resolve and the experience, being one of the oldest players left in this bracket, to make a comeback on a guy like Tweek.
I mean, you know, I'm not even surprised at how fast Tweek is able to adapt around a character like Pokemon Trainer for, you know, a new character of his. Because, you know, I saw him playing Young Link at Genesis, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to try out this character. And look how far that character's taken him throughout the few months that Ultimate's been out.
And Tweek is definitely, he's one of those players who can just pick up a character and win. And I don't know how he does it, but he has a beautiful mind.
Yeah, I call it the MK Leo effect right there. Here we go, little town and city. Again, playing extremely patient, as we've been seeing with him the last few games. I always see Tweek just throwing out these up airs just in case Dabuz is just trying to maneuver himself below Tweek, possibly trying to capture his landings, but instead he's just waiting for Dabuz to overcommit before he goes for an aggressive option, maybe like a grab too.
And even that nair right there that you saw on Shield earlier from Tweek, or from Dabuz rather, on Tweek's Shield was enough of a commit for Tweek to react, and that is not an easy move on Shield to punish, but he knew that he could shield grab it.
I'm seeing a lot more aerials out of Dabuz right now, and I'm loving it, because one of the big changes from 4 to Ultimate is his aerials are actually treated as swords now instead of being something you can just clank with. So he's using that to great effect to deal with Squirtle going for all these jump-ins. Use those big range. Up smash comes out of shield. Finally, we're seeing that big boy come to play.
Smash attacks have not been out to play, like you said, Neighbor, from Dabuz in this entire set so far, and right now they are.
And we've got 2 purples and a blue on deck. You know, I feel like we've seen 3 or 4 blue up throws on a Charizard already.
Oh, yeah. Can I get 2 purples and a blue in my next Apex Legends pack? Like, honestly.
The best RNG right there, but no, we got the Pickle pulls instead, and Dabuz taking out Tweek's first stock now instead. And we have the Squirtle switch, of course, that's Tweek's been using more than anything. No, but now we have the Ivysaur switch here. Yeah, I feel like this is the common thing we've been seeing every time he has Dabuz off stage. He just wants to get this kill with the up throw on the platform, and even on a character like Olimar, who is not heavy whatsoever, actually relatively light, he's still surviving here on the Town and City Blast Zone.
That one you're going to...
The up B instead.
Yeah, that move doesn't quite send it the same angle that maybe the up throw does, where unfortunately for Charizard, it is at a very particular angle where you can influence the launch speed as well as directional influence. So you can live a lot longer than a lot of people think you can with that up throw.
Actually, crazy to say, Charizard actually has the fastest mobility and most potent like raw kill moves between all the other 3 Pokemon too.
Oh, do you see the reaction time from Tweek? He just sets up all of these situations where he believes that he has the better reaction time than his opponent and has the cojones to commit to what he needs to.
He's making it so difficult, too, for Dabuz to pick his out of shield options. Look at that. He's crossing up so consistently.
Okay, that confirmed that time. He missed it on Kalos, but this time it's all about it.
Just getting all that extra damage with that waterfall so we can go into the Ivysaur and find this kill.
It's amazing to see how aggressive actually Tweek has been when he takes to the air with the Ivysaur. Look how many times he's faded in with an aerial after using that double jump. He hardly fades away.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job at also crossing up Dabuz to force Dabuz to commit to something before he throws out another nair or even potentially a rising backer too.
You expect with all these fade-in aerials that maybe Dabuz could find a pivot grab that's normally the, the Olimar bread and butter. That's so.
Yeah,
Grade A Gouda. Grade A Gouda cheese.
Smash ultimate, baby.
Oh, the back throw down smash. That is a unofficial taunt.
There's alongside, the DDD, crouch as well. There are a lot of those in this game, man.
Tweek going right back to that Ivysaur. He knows he's at a very high percent for Squirtle to be sticking around too long.
Again, those are the percents which he got, absolutely destroyed in that earlier game. So switching to the Ivysaur, gonna be smart for Tweek right now, and he's still got all of the range to keep Dabuz out of his zone. Look at that double down air.
I love the use of that whistle for Dabuz to get back down to the ground. Sets up. Oh, he's going for the same.
Oh, he called it out.
That's a punish.
Shield and the down air sneaking through, clipping Tweek from being able to recover and get that ledge.
Really smart for Dabuz to recognize that was a regrab situation. He's not going to get beat by the same gimmick twice.
Did you see the way that Tweek reacted to that up smash on shield where he saw that, yes, it was a yellow on my shield, so I will not be able to punish because of the extra shield stun, so instead he just ran away.
Yep, sometimes you just have to be a little bit more patient, just wait it out instead, punish him from a distance, and that's something that Ivysaur could most definitely do.
Ooh, that purple up smash. He's just cycling between these two Pikmin that have the most frame advantage on shield.
Yeah, but because Tweek is Charizard, he can use his double jumps to sneak his way in and gets the backer, a very strong backer at that. Something that Charizard benefits heavily from, and Tweek taking the set with a clean 3-0 over Dabuz with Pokemon Trainer.
And can we say that is a classic esports match for the ages? Team Solo Mid versus Team Liquid, and this time it's dominant for the boys in black. Vish, do you have anything to say about this rivalry that we just saw?
I am very curious about this particular Pokemon Trainer, because even in this top eight, we've seen Pandarian and whatnot, so we've seen a different style of Pokemon Trainer, and we've seen Pokemon.
Whoa!
Whoa!
I am getting into. Have y'all ever seen Blade Runner before?
I'm seeing the frames right now.
Oh my
When we have
that's,
reminders of how many Pokemon Trainers are here, man.
that's how good Tweek's win was. Changed up the production value completely.
What,
But